Welcome back, everyone, again to Illogically Ignorant, where we ponder the world's questions, some tough, some not so much. Today is the third episode, and Luke here just got back from a vacation, so we're glad that we actually made it on time. We weren't sure if he'd make it back, but here he is.
Glad to be back.
Sticking to his word.
No one missed him.
No, none of us did. We had a nice 1 week without him. All right, everyone. So let's jump right into it. Actually, let's chat for a little bit. How's everyone's week been? Mine's been miserable, by the way. I've been looking at GameStop every single day, and it just makes me more miserable. How about you, Luke?
Okay.
No, Ryan, you know what? You want to talk about? Go ahead.
Yeah. My week's been good. I finished all my testing on Tuesday, so I've had a chill week. Unlike Luke over there, who's probably going to forget the rest of his week.
I'm going to cut you out of the podcast.
Are you going to say anything? You haven't said a word since you've gotten back.
That's true. I had a great time. My vacation was pretty chill. Kind of a nice break away from Bloomington. Got to sit on the beach for a little bit.
I didn't know we were telling people where we are.
We did that in the first episode. We were like, hey, we go to this college in this
and then
state.
He's also wearing an IU.
I don't know. I thought we were just...
You're wearing it too. Why are you pointing at me?
There's also 50 different Bloomingtons.
That is true. Illinois does have a Bloomington as well.
That's true. Well, now you just ruled that one out. Now you just ruled that one out by saying that, Ryan. Thank you. All right. Well, before we dox ourselves any farther, let's get into it. All right. Today's first question is, if you could body swap with any person for 24 hours, who would you choose? Did you just drink your tab? You're so gross. Look, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
For 24 hours?
Yeah, who would you subject to being in your horrible body for 24 hours?
Wait, subject to be in my body or subject to be in
Well, they're going to be in... It's a body swap. They get your body, yeah.
Kanye West. 100% Kanye West. And I chose this because I was thinking somebody like super rich, super famous, like a president or Elon Musk. But I don't want somebody with like a lot of responsibilities. I just want somebody that's super rich and like lives a really nice life. And they just kind of chill.
So here's my thing, right? I chose Elon Musk because he is super rich, right?
Yeah.
But I think he's the one person out of all the billionaires and millionaires that like has something else he cares about, right? He cares about SpaceX, all those his projects.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the money for him. So for me, I'd get into his body.
Yeah.
I transfer the money to myself, right? Like to my actual body, and then when we switch back. Because there's going to be that paper trail, right? He's going to know, like whoever it is going to know that you took their stuff.
Yeah.
But I think Elon would be the most forgiving. I think Elon would be the most forgiving because I think he wouldn't care as much.
No, Elon would sue your ass.
I don't think he would.
He would sue your ass.
Okay, Kanye would get you.
I'm not trying to transfer him. I'm just trying to live his lifestyle for a day. I'm not trying to take his money.
See,
it's really unethical of you, Dave.
Oh, really? That's really unethical?
Yes.
Oh, well, you're still profiting off of Kanye's life, and you have to put him in your body.
I'm profiting off for 24 hours. I'm just living his normal lifestyle.
Yeah, and he has to live your lifestyle.
I'm probably spending less money than he does on an average day. He should be thanking me.
But he's got to live in your life for 24 hours. That's going to be the worst 24 hours.
And Elon Musk has to live in your life?
My life's pretty good.
No.
Yeah. All right. If you were Kanye... Go ahead. Give your answer.
If I was Kanye...
I'll save that one. All right. You have an answer?
I was going to say Jeff Bezos for the same reason as Luke. I would love to live his life. But I'd love to have a lot more money than Kanye West. I'd like to just,
Kanye's a billionaire.
But here's the thing. I think Kanye's way of living is much more, comfy. Kanye definitely has more, of the other modern comforts and, the cool luxuries than Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. Yeah. He 100% doesn't. He's an entertainer. That's their entire thing.
He stands on stage and sings, and Kanye is one of my favorite artists. So
yeah, I tell.
Yeah, but you don't get to meet him. You just get his body.
But then I can play him in concert.
You're gonna set up a concert in 24 hours and have people attend in 24 hours.
Have you heard of the Sunday service?
Have not heard of the Sunday.
That's what he does. He literally just travels.
What if it's a Saturday? What if it's a Saturday? Luke, when are you gonna do that?
All right. So here's my thing about Jeff Bezos. Right.
Damn,
here's my thing about people that like Jeff Bezos, in terms of rich. I think he is the type who would go after you.
But I'm not gonna do anything.
But yeah, you're assuming that we're all taking money like you are.
I just
unethical Dave over here is taking everybody's money.
I'm not taking everyone's money. I'm just asking for $500,000.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is the richest man in the world.
Is he actually?
Yes, he beat Jeff Bezos like a few months ago. He is the richest man in the world.
Yes.
I think $500,000. If I explained to him, I'm like, hey, like, really sorry, but this happened, and you had to live in my body for 24 hours. I just need this small loan. I'll work for you, whatever. Like, I'll do. But I think Elon is the most forgiving. Like Jeff Bezos seems like he would hunt you down. Jeff Bezos seems like he would hunt you down.
Well, here's the thing, I make sure he has no way of knowing who
He looks like how is he not going to know?
I'm going to make sure he has like no idea.
Oh, really? He's not just going to fucking like wake up. Oh, I'm already swearing. He's not going to wake up in your room and just look at your ID and be like, "Oh, this is."
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to hide my like personal information so he doesn't know.
You're going to hide every single piece of personal information?
Yeah, that's not that hard.
I think it's pretty hard. So you're gonna have to drive out into the
Amazon account.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't have an Amazon.
You're going to have to drive out into the wilderness where no one recognizes you. Otherwise, he's going to be able to ask people.
Yeah, that's fine. I could just drive to a different state and just go to a town I've never been to and just say body swap, and then he has no idea where he is. He has no idea who he is.
So you guys are also under the assumption that like, you have the time to do these things. You have the time to transfer money over. Elon Musk is a busy person. He owns 4 large companies.
Yeah,
he's working.
Here's what I'm going to do.
He's working 20 hours a day.
Yeah, but here's my plan. Okay, I'm going to be like, oh, I am completely incapacitated today, and how long do you think it takes to transfer money? All I need is my routing number and my bank number, and boom, I transfer money.
Hey, this is Elon Musk calling. I would like to transfer some money. Yeah. What's your password? What do you do after that?
Unless he has a Chase mobile app and you can just use his fingerprint.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm sure he uses his fingerprint for stuff, right?
He's got to use his...
probably not.
I don't think that's Googleable information.
It might be.
I'm not Googling. I'm setting up a timer, but but I don't know. You don't think Elon Musk uses his fingerprint? You think Elon Musk uses an iPhone or an Android?
He definitely uses Android.
I think he's iPhone.
I feel like he'd be an Android guy.
Really?
Actually, we can check from his Twitter. Go to his Twitter and check where it says the tweet is from.
Anyways, like I said, my question: would you rather be Elon Musk and live in my body for 24 hours, or would you rather be Kanye? See, I think Kanye would be more miserable in a normal person's life than Elon.
I think he would mess your body up, Luke. I think he'd go do some wild stuff.
What do you think he does? He's a super Christian now.
He's a super Christian?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to do? Read the Bible?
He's going to make you suffer in church. For all the sins you've committed.
Elon Musk is known to be a regular iPhone user. See?
Okay.
I know. He's an iPhone guy.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's status.
But what if he's a password guy as well?
There's no way he did. I'm pretty sure like the default setting now is
I'm pretty sure his Face ID...
No, not anymore. Now it's Face ID, which you do have his face.
Yeah.
Yes,
but a lot of banking accounts, you can choose to either put in your password or use your face. And most smart tech people just put in their password.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? I call someone who manages my stuff, right? As Elon Musk. I call someone. I go, hey, it's Elon Musk. Can you like transfer this money? And they'll be like, oh, what's your password?
I go, what's your 4-digit PIN?
Oh, I forgot. Everything I forgot, I hit my head.
It's Elon.
Idiot.
Yeah, I'm Elon Musk. I walk up to the bank and I'm Elon Musk. What are they going to do?
You think Elon just walk up to the bank?
I can.
The richest person in the world is just walking right up to the
bank. It's not him controlling his body. I'm in his body. Oh, right. I can't.
Wait, yeah, do you die? Do you die if the person's body gets killed?
Probably.
So
how many people are out to get Elon Musk? I feel like way more people are out to get Bezos.
That's what I'm saying. That's a good question.
Elon Musk is definitely more beloved than Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think Kanye would be more miserable in one of our lives than Elon Musk might for
sure. I don't know, as long as there's a church in like a 5-mile radius, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I've got a Bible in my room. He can pull that open.
Yeah, but he's got to smell your room.
He's gonna... What if Kanye's room smells worse? Dude, what if that's a blessing? he's like, thank God.
Hey, this place is pretty clean.
And you know what? He would open my phone, and you know what he'd see? Kanye West. I'm in his top 0.5%.
You think he's going to your Spotify? You think he's going into your Spotify?
You think he's going to Spotify to listen to his own music?
Yes. That's a very Kanye West thing to do.
A lot of artists listen to their own music. I thought Childish Gambino's talked about listening to his own music. So yeah. I don't know. I feel like I just feel like Elon would like maybe Kanye, since he's like a Christian now, maybe he'd be less vengeful. But like I feel like out of like the rich people, Elon, like we can all agree, Elon is definitely going to be less vengeful than like Jeff Bezos.
Well, we don't know
Oh,
him personally.
I
That's the
agree.
thing. We
I
kind of
agree.
know him as like a celebrity. We don't
No,
know.
but I've seen like the way he talks. He clearly like prioritizes certain things more. He prioritizes Mars. He prioritizes like.
Here's the thing. Elon Musk could be our friends. That's how cool Elon Musk is.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos would never be any of our
No,
friends.
that's what I'm saying. Jeff Bezos he's literally Lex Luthor. He's Lex Luthor.
dude,
He's
kinda looks like
a
Leslie.
villain
Yeah.
for sure.
So like I don't think like we're gonna get ended by Jeff Bezos for saying this.
Yeah.
It's fine. Enough people talk about him. But like that's why I'm saying Elon Musk because it's a safer bet.
Yeah.
And I think that like it'd be cool to experience someone's life for 24 hours, but after that it's over. I really keep something right. Maybe I'll just ship a Tesla. That's it. Not
It's not
500,000
bad.
Tesla. $50,000 right. Like just a single Tesla. I'll just
Yeah.
have it shipped to me. I think he'd be more forgiving of that. I'll be like, I'm just big, huge. Like when we switch back, he'll be like, hey, like, do you take a Tesla? I'll be like, I'm a really big fan. I'm sorry, like, but like, I think he'd be forgiving of that. Like, I think Jeff Bezos, if you gave yourself a free Prime membership, he might end you for that.
Yeah, you might. Okay, so what would be another thing that you would do within the 24 hours?
I think
Other than steal his money.
what the stealing money would be like a minor thing. Like that's.
I'd fly around the world. That kind of.
Well, how are you gonna? Okay,
24
that's
hours.
dumb. That's dumb.
That's
Yeah.
not great.
No, I would go to like all of his. I go to like SpaceX and like Tesla and like just watch. I just watch. I just boss man taking a gander. Like I think like I mean, here's the thing. Even if I'm not doing it, even if people are expecting it, I think just
Would you hang out with his wife?
Who's his wife? Let me see.
Oh, dude, you haven't seen his
No,
wife?
Yeah.
Oh, she's that one like she's that
quirky.
one singer, right?
Yeah,
She's quirky, yeah.
she's
Yeah, she's-
isn't she goth? I'm pretty sure
She
was goth.
she dabbles.
Goth girl GF.
Yeah, she's.
Are they not married
Oh
anymore?
yeah, that's right. Your kid's name is really funky, and you're gonna have to learn it.
I mean, how do you say your kid's name?
Yeah, how do you say it?
What if your kid wants
It's X.
X
That's it.
XXX?
XAI
I'm pretty sure there's a
Grimes. I don't know. I think it's Grimes. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Grimes.
I mean, I don't really know her, but I could meet. Like, here's the thing: Elon Musk has got to be like same thing with Kanye. There would be so many connections. You can just hit up like one of the connections. And just
Who would you call?
I don't know. I don't know who he knows.
Literally anybody. You're the richest person.
What if I go? What if I go?
Contact anybody? You could call up Kanye West and be like, "Hey, I need you to perform a concert right now."
Well, yeah, we could all coordinate with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something.
That'd be. I feel like that'd be a weird. But like Kanye and Elon Musk, I feel like would be a like.
Well,
a really
they've
fun
already
party.
met up before.
Yeah. But like Jeff Bezos is kind of weird.
He
to throw in
ruined
there.
the vibe.
He would just stand there, just looking at them like a naked mole rat.
No, I change the perspective on Jeff Bezos. I go crazy.
Who would you choose then?
That's what I'm saying. No, I said I would change like perspective. Like I would act like non Jeff Bezos wise. Like I'd act different than how he normally.
I don't think anyone would care though.
Would you?
I don't know. If we all went on tour.
Would you
together,
release all Jeff Bezos' secrets?
I'd release all Amazon secrets.
How are you gonna know all the secrets? You can't just hit up like one of your like employees, be like, hey,
No,
what's the Amazon secrets?
No, he's a super villain. He's got a file that just says.
Oh, dude,
super
yeah. There's
evil-
probably some like
super
mutation stuff that you have no idea.
On his computer, there's a file that says "super evil master plan" on it. He's a super villain.
You think that Elon Musk or Kanye are up to anything? Everyone's up to something.
Kanye is up to finding God and making music around.
Elon Musk is just up to being.
and then
going to
also
Mars.
Going to a different
and then
planet.
also dealing with a divorce. Sadly, they're divorced.
So is Jeff Bezos.
He's been to
He's been divorced.
A few years now, right?
the richest woman in the world.
Yep.
Is it really? Is she
Yes.
really?
She just got rich by divorcing him.
But she's good. She's like giving away most of her money. She donated
And then she
like,
married some teacher, so that guy's like they're like pretty rich now.
It's the way to do it. Be
I'll-
a
I'll-
good-looking
I'll have to
teacher.
find a- I'll
I
find
actually
a-
don't know if the guy's good looking or not.
Be a semi.
Here, I'm just gonna wait for Elon Musk. I'm gonna wait for Elon Musk's fiance or wife. I'm just waiting.
Well, he
Good to
could
know.
contact you because he knows who he is, and if he's in a different body, he could just easily at you in a tweet.
Yeah. Well, I don't use Twitter.
Use Instagram.
That's true. That's true. I think he would reach out. I think
all of our
because the famous people would definitely reach out to you, right? Like
Yeah.
that.
They would want to know what happened.
Who do you think Elon Musk is texting the most?
Probably his wife.
Other than his wife.
Dude,
Maybe-
himself?
maybe like-
Himself? I don't know.
Like a celebrity. Who do you think he's like really close with?
I don't know if he's close with any celebrities, right? Like,
I don't know if he's close with any celebrities. Who do you think he's like really close with? Who do you think he's like really close with?
I don't know if he's close with any celebrities, right? Like, I don't know if he's close with any celebrities, right? Like,
This is a really interesting question.
Because it's not like the only person I've seen him interact with is Joe Rogan, but like I know they're not like constantly like interacting.
I don't know. He's been on 3 podcasts with Rogan.
I'm sure they have some kind of correspondence.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have like talks back and forth, but I don't think that's like the person he's closest with. I don't know who he's close to. I don't know enough.
I think he's close to everybody. I think he's one of those people that don't have close friends, but he's friends with a lot of people. And he's close with them.
Yeah, we're making just assumptions about Elon Musk's life completely.
Well, if you respond, just say we're right.
I love this.
Elon, if you hear this, you can send me a Tesla. I wouldn't. If you're watching this, I wouldn't steal your stuff. Okay, I wouldn't steal anything.
Oh, you wouldn't. Yeah.
It's not stealing. It's giving.
Is it technically stealing if it's your purchase? If you're in his body and purchasing it?
Exactly. I'm not stealing.
And then just giving it away.
How are they going to know? How are you going to testify?
It's just charity.
It wasn't you?
It's charity.
Yeah.
Could be charity.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, what's Elon gonna say in court? Huh?
I
swapped bodies with this man, and then he gave like.
That's some freaky Friday
in which court would that hold up? No court is going to uphold that. And it's like, because imagine the
court of Joe.
Well, I don't know. Elon Musk is out there doing some pretty cool stuff, so he could probably find out a way to swap bodies.
Well, then in his case, that would be his fault if he swapped bodies, right?
Actually, it wouldn't be his fault.
Because I wouldn't be the one. I'm not the
then
one.
You can play the victim role.
Yeah,
I got a Tesla.
I was forced into Elon Musk's body, and then I had to send myself a Tesla to make up for the trauma. This is my story, and then I make like YouTube.
Make a series,
and then you make a Netflix series, and then you blow up, and then everyone forgets about you.
And then you become the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Off of just.
And then Elon switches bodies with you.
Again.
I wish. All right, that's about time on that question. Let's see. Choose a superpower. Okay, let's set this up, right?
Yep.
Every single person on Earth is asked about a superpower they want. And every person answers at the same time, and no one knows what everyone else has answered. But if you answer the same thing as someone else, you don't get that power. What superpower do you choose to ensure that no one else gets it, and like you are able to get it? It has to be something pretty like situational, right? Like it has to be something situational or not that good. You had an idea, right? What's your idea, Luke?
I had an idea. Okay, so this is a different one than what I was thinking. We'll go with it. I can fly and fly as fast as I want, but as I'm flying, I grow one really super annoying ingrown cuticle.
Why do you have to give yourself a disability? Why can't you think of something cooler?
What? Why is that a disability?
How would you want to grow ingrown cubicles? Whatever you
Did
say.
You say cubicle?
I think it's a cubicle. I don't know.
It's just like mildly annoying, but it's like not that big of a deal. You know?
So you reach a certain speed and your skin rips off your foot.
No. It's just like as I take flight, it's just one grows.
No, I'm just saying like you go faster and faster, and then your skin slowly starts to peel away because you.
No. It's just like as soon as I take off, like I'm in the air.
I'm saying like you would also lose.
He's talking about flying itself.
The physics itself.
The physics of flying.
I would just fly slower.
Okay.
Listen. I'm also under the assumption that the flying doesn't hurt me.
My thing about flying has always been.
I feel like that's also a good way. Like, not very many people would pick that and say, like, "Oh, I'm not hurt while flying," because I don't think people think that far ahead.
That's true, but then that's.
And then you could do the stupid fingernail thing you were talking about.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Because for some reason you want to just have to get a pedicure every 5 seconds.
What if we do like it can only be like one part wish, just to narrow it down before we go on.
Okay.
One part wish, so it's like you can't just add on something. It has to be one basically coherent part.
So like just like one superpower.
Yeah, it can have conditions to it, but you can't just like tack on something like to like a very specific to a very.
So what would be the tack on there? The finger thing or
the finger thing is tacking on
tacking
to
on.
that.
Okay.
So give us an example.
Like,
Because I'm kind of
because if you let's say that like if the main power is involved in anything, like if you say, oh, I can teleport, but every time I teleport I poop, right? Like that's still teleportation. If someone says teleportation, I think that still cancels out, and people are going to see teleportation, right? Like I think your superpower would have to be like, oh, I can like reach through. I can like walk through walls, but I can walk through walls, but only made of this certain element. I think like the superpower itself is only walking through a certain element, or like the superpower itself is so limited.
It would just be a superpower, but then you're just restricting it.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be restricted. It can't just be a superpower and then also something extra.
Else. Okay.
The superpower itself has to have that restriction built into it, I think.
So, like, my example was I could literally do anything and have an infinite mental capacity to think of anything. Like, if I want to, like, bend metal or, like, psychically take over people's minds. Like,
well, you're assuming that when humans hit a certain mental capacity, that they're able to do that.
Well, here's the thing. It's hard to think about, like, doing literally anything because, like, your brain can't comprehend it.
Oh, you do realize that would be, like, one of the most used superpowers. Like, that would be one of the most wished for. I get hundreds of millions of people would probably wish for that.
Yeah, that would be pretty common.
I don't think so. The ability to do, like...
Anything?
Yeah.
Really?
That would be pretty common.
Infinite power and, like...
Oh, that is the most common.
No, I'm saying, like, infinite, like... it's hard to put it into words what I'm thinking about, but, like...
That would for sure... That's super, super common.
Okay, Dave, how about you give us an example so we know what to play off with?
You're, like, setting the restrictions and seeing a struggle trying to think of your idea. And you're like, oh, this is actually what I meant. And then we're all wrong because you just said the example.
My example would probably be, like... something like appearing on the other side of something I touch. Right, like for example, if I'm at a bank vault, I can touch it and like appear on the other side, but only on. It's not teleportation. It's just swapping places like directly across, right? So
so it's like a mirror.
Yeah, okay. Imagine like I'm in a fight and I do this, and I just suddenly something I've got in my headlock, right? Yeah. Like it's not too like superpowers. They wouldn't be too useful, but I don't think anyone's like thinking of that, right? Like just mirroring. Well, now I swear to God, if this ever happens and you take my power, I'm gonna be pissed. But like something like that. I think it has to be something like that's like inherently limited, not just like Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. It's hard.
It's hard because it's like
I would say the superpower to cancel everyone else's superpower.
That's definitely going to be a superpower also.
Well, then I guess
that's so. That's so straightforward.
Yeah.
7 billion people. You don't think a single person thinks, I want to cancel out everyone else's? If every single person on Earth got a wish, there would be 100%
cancel out everyone's wish to get a superpower.
100% there'd be people on Earth. Dude, okay, if everyone on Earth got a wish,
so
100% there'd be one person that said, I wish that no one else's wish would come true.
Well, then it wouldn't matter what happened. Because then all your powers would cancel anyways, unless someone else wishes for that.
But now you just wasted your ability to get superpower. Now it's just you're back to your normal boring life.
Everyone's back to their normal boring life.
Yeah, but so are you, and you wasted your ability to get a superpower. Here's the thing: you could have just taken the chance that someone else would have done that, and then it canceled out already. I don't know. Multiple people are going to cancel.
I feel like you can also say someone's going to think of it. Like someone probably thought of touching things and going to the other side. Like I feel like you could play that.
Mine is. Just way less common than saying, "Oh, I cancel things out" or infinite power. Those are way more common.
Yeah, those were common. I'm so stuck in my own head. I don't know what I would choose. That's such a difficult thing to think about.
I feel like if we put a time frame on it, like 5 seconds to think of something, then we could probably think like the more less common ones, like David's, would be more prevalent.
Because my idea is always towards like some sort of fast transportation, whether that be teleporting or flying or moving fast. But I don't know how to put a limitation on that or how to make it different or unique enough to, I don't know, make it different, I guess.
You do like every time you think of a place you want to go, like if you want like a travel thing, every time you think of a place you want to go, you're suddenly teleported up to a certain height and then you just skydive over there.
So like battle royale kind of thing, I'm saying.
Or you just like hang glide over there. So you still have to like spend time.
So you just teleport to that location, but you're just
no. You're teleported to a certain area in which you can get there with that mode of teleportation. I thought of it because I saw a video. It was by Domix, and he was like, every time you have to go somewhere, you have to zipline there. You're instantly teleported up and you zipline there, but you're not allowed to go anywhere without ziplining. So even if you wanted to walk from here to your car, you'd have to zip line out to your car, and then you couldn't go anywhere because you have to zip line to wherever you're going.
Huh. That's good.
Well, then it's been thought of before.
I don't know. You could do something like I would hang glide from a certain like I don't know. This is a very open-ended question. Yeah, you know, like it's more just testing your creative skills.
Got 0.
Right, and you're really scraping the bottom of the bucket here.
Okay, well, Luke still hasn't done anything besides teleporting and pooping himself.
I thought of that one, actually.
I didn't say that. Although...
Not a bad trade-off, if you ask me.
Not that bad.
I don't know, like, it could be something like... Like every time you poop, like a dollar appears in your pocket. But like, I feel like
I have the ability to go inside.
Would just be tacking on something.
Yeah, that is true.
No, I think that's a condition though.
Oh,
so okay, so you can have conditions.
No, how about this? How about this? My superpower is pooping, and then suddenly a dollar appears in my pocket.
Okay.
So I can just make myself poop, and then a dollar appears in my pocket. Right? That's like a built-in wish.
I think mine would be I can go into any video game and learn the fighting styles, and then come out. When
that's not bad. That's good. That's really solid, right?
I like that one. I like that one a lot.
You go into Smash, and you're just invincible.
I go into Dark Souls and die in 5 seconds. All right, Luke, that's up to you.
That was a really solid one. You made up for your past two.
I need time to think about what I want to do. I can't be put on the spot.
I would say we're gonna go bro science here, and we're gonna make this super specific. Every single time I do any sort of bench press, a gold bar appears in my bedroom.
Can we think of something cooler?
Yeah, I think yours is more limited. That's a little more like conditional. Because like Ryan's superpower.
The poop and dollar one was super.
No, that was a bad one. But like mine, like my superpower one, like the main one I said was like, I appear on the other side of something. That's like different, right?
Think something quirky and unique. Not I get rich because I can. Move.
Yeah, I didn't like that one at all. I just tried to think of something.
You could steal that one guy's thing where you touch everything and it turns to gold.
No.
You could do something you could do
where he ruined his life.
Yeah,
you could do something like I have infinite strength, but only when I'm in the bench press position. Like I think that'd be. I don't think
that's actually kind of cool.
You just attack me.
But that's the thing. You have to get under and set up and everything before you get the infinite strength. I don't think anyone would choose that.
Yeah. Well, maybe if someone's like super into lifting would choose it.
Yeah, I feel like a bro
would infinite bench press weight.
Yeah, I think any power lifter would choose that.
Like, I don't know if they choose bench press.
Julius Maddox would definitely choose that. He holds the record for it.
But they probably choose like infinite like lifting strength. What if you said like infinite tricep push down strength? There's no one's choosing that.
That's so dumb. That's so useless.
Why would you? No, it's not. You could just push anything. Just push.
Well, yeah, you can go up to a wall and push it in.
That can take the house down.
Yeah, you literally just grab the door or something and just push, and suddenly, boom, you crack the.
You could do the ability
at that point. I'm only good at destruction, though.
Well,
I mean, what are you going to build with bench press?
Maybe.
How are you going to build with bench press? You can only get it up like a foot.
Yeah.
You can
one at a time.
Wait, so you achieve flight by doing it so fast?
But I mean,
you could choose the ability that we saw in a show where everything you see, as long as you're grounded. Hold on. Everything you see, and as long as you're grounded, you can hit it. So
something that's already been thought of.
So if you can see something,
but I feel like that's more conditional because that power is you can boil it down to you can hit anything you see. Like I think that
I don't think it's conditional because
no, because it's hitting anything you see except you have to have your feet on the ground. I think it's very conditional. That's like saying I have infinite money but I have to poop every day. Like I think that becomes conditional at the point.
Yeah.
If you were to say
if you're down to everything, I can teleport behind things but only if I touch them. Like that.
No, because the entire superpower for mine boils around only it's not saying I can only teleport things behind. I can only teleport behind things if I touch them. It's I teleport behind things when I touch them. Like it's a difference between an activation requirement and like it's just a restriction. I think my entire power is based on swapping places, like mirror image. Your entire power is based on being in a video game and taking the abilities. Mm-hmm. Have you thought of one? Has you thought of one?
All mine have been denied.
Luke, you think of pooping and bench pressing.
I didn't. Pooping
is all me. You keep giving him credit for my amazing pooping ideas.
Yeah, and then I just stole his and tried to make something out of it, and then you told me no.
Because it didn't make sense.
That'd be a cool one though.
Cool one.
Infinite strength on a certain lift. You just do
No, yeah, you can do it, but every day it's different. So you don't know. So it's kind of worthless.
So you have to kind of go into the gym and figure it out?
Yeah, you have to figure out what day. That would be cool. You have to figure out what day you're trying to do. You could be going in for a chest day, but your chest decides to.
But it's like a very specific chest movement.
Yeah,
it's only pec flies. It's only pec flies, and you can take, I don't know, 300 pounds and just rep it out, and it'd be nothing.
Or are you going to be a statistical anomaly where you just get calves every day for the rest of your life?
Yeah, it's like coin flip probability. So you have the
So wait, if I had infinite calf strength, would I just be able to jump forever?
Yes. You'd be able to probably fly.
You'd be able to jump into forever. You could jump through space.
However,
actually, can I do that with every movement though? So like
you'd have to get.
So like if I get down in like the push up position, I don't
think that's the bench position though. I think
push up position. So you're down on the ground and then you press out.
Well, here's the problem.
Yeah, you go through the stratosphere. Elon Musk watches you as you fly to Mars. You fly through Mars and you make a hole through it.
Oh, that's what I want.
But the problem is landing.
No, it's not even landing. You're not even going to get to the atmosphere.
I land in the same position. I've got infinite.
Oh, so you're assuming you're
somehow you can maintain your perfect form and do the downwards push-up.
No, you're assuming that you're infinitely like durable. Because here's the thing: you're
in that one position.
You're going to atomize before you reach out of the atmosphere. Like by the time you get to Mars.
But you're also assuming I'm going at full speed. What if I just go like 50 feet?
The speed it would take you.
What if I go at a weird incline?
I want to
press up, and I love this superpower because it's so limited, but it's so useful.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: the speed that you would need to go at to like get through the atmosphere.
I don't want to go through the atmosphere. I want to. Have you seen the 2003 Hulk movie where he like jumps?
Is it Incredible Hulk?
It's like some really crappy one.
Is it
the really crappy Hulk after he gets done fighting the tanks?
Is it Incredible Hulk? No?
Yeah. It's a really old one, but there's a scene in that movie where he's in the desert, just got done beating up a bunch of tanks, but he just starts running and like does a jump, and he just like launches himself, and that's how. And he's essentially flying.
Oh, I know Hulk canonically. Like Hulk canonically can like a single bound, he can like clear the entire Earth. Canonically, he can literally like circumnavigate the Earth.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be that extreme, but like from like here.
Yeah, then you're thinking too small.
Well, then I would just burn up, like you were saying earlier. I would atomize. Yeah. But I think that'd be really cool because, like, I think nearly any lift I could, I don't know, be like some sort of transportation.
Dude, you'd have to pull the weight down after pushing it up.
No, anything that's a push. A pull, I couldn't really do.
Well, here's the thing: if you push it too hard,
what do you mean you couldn't do anything with a pull? Oh wait, no, you'd rip it out of the ground. Whatever.
Yeah, so like,
because I was thinking you could launch yourself like a slingshot.
Could do that.
You could work as a construction worker.
That is the worst use of that
lame.
That is the lamest use of that.
I would really just use it for traveling. I would just be like, okay.
Why is everything in you in travel?
Why is everything you have so mundane? It's either construction work for you or listening to people's gossip. Like everything you have is so mundane.
Or video games.
Well,
I think because like traveling is like just frustrating as it is. I'd rather just get to point A to point B as fast as possible.
Is that why he never drives, dude? Is that why he always makes us drive?
I drive.
Is that why he's gone all the time? Because he just loves to not be with us.
No, the problem is
yes.
Luke always makes us drive. He never wants to drive. Maybe that's why you never get anywhere fast because you just don't use your car.
What are you talking about? You about Taco Bell once. You drove to Taco Bell once today.
You drove to Taco Bell nuns today, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither of you.
I went to the grocery store.
I went to the gym.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I went to the gym and Arby's, so actually I'm too.
My gym's farther away. Now. Checkmate.
I went to the gym in Starbucks.
You did not go to the gym. I know you don't live right.
I drove from the airport today.
That was your choice. All right, boys.
Yeah. Then we exhausted that question to its potential.
All right. So going off of the kind of like atomizing, like issues with that. Would you want to permanently feel zero pain if given the chance?
You've got a strong answer for this, so you can go ahead.
I say yes. Right. Here's my thing. Here's my thing.
Let's just all give answers first.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no, but I can easily be swayed.
I'm gonna say no, and I can't really be swayed.
Okay.
Well, then you give your... Wait, should I give my answer first?
I think you two can go back and forth, and then I'll throw in points.
Actually, no, you go first, since you're swayed. We'll try to convince you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say no, because I feel like I wouldn't say joys in life are felt through pain, but I feel like you'd just be missing an essential proponent of your life if you just don't have pain anymore. Like, you can still have pain, but you could, like, die, So, like, let's say you get into a fight, but you feel no pain.
With Mike Tyson.
And you don't feel any pain, but you can still die from a concussion.
Oh, yeah, but you could still die and feel the pain of it. I'd rather die and not feel the pain of it.
I think I would want to feel the pain a little bit.
Here's my thing. I completely understand.
I'm so, like, on the line.
I completely understand the argument for pain. Like, that's your body's natural, like, response. You know, your body that's when it's telling you something's wrong, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point of pain. The thing is, I always chase power, right? You guys know me. I chase absolute power. I like things that I could...
What?
That was painful listening to. I might go with him now.
Yeah. Now we're going against you. Here's
Absolute power?
Absolutely. Okay,
Cringe.
everything I chase, like the superpower. You chose. What did you choose? What did you choose?
Which one?
You chose something that...
I chose teleportation, I chose flying, and then I chose...
You didn't choose teleportation.
Yeah, I did.
He did it
Well,
at the beginning.
before.
He said sparkles because I'm...
Yeah, that was before. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think, like, if you're getting some kind of power out of it, or like some ability, I think any ability can be used for like gain, right? I think like the ability to not feel pain. It's such a unique ability.
I guess what would you use it for, or would not use it for? Would anything in your life change if you felt no pain?
Yeah, I think I would like. See, here's the thing, right? My body is so what's it called?
Fragile?
Sensitive to like. Yeah, I'm fragile. That's what it is, dick. My body is so like sensitive to like heat, right, and like stuff like that. So like I think like obviously okay, that's different because I don't want to get I don't want blisters all over my hands. But I think that what I could do with that is like I could
warm water starts to scream.
Our bath water's too hot, mommy. You gotta drain it and fill it up again.
You guys know I can cut everything you say.
Yeah, well, the podcast won't be as interesting if you're over here trying to
Just
use
cut
it.
it, yeah.
No, every time you say something, it's gonna jump, and then it's just gonna be me again. It's just gonna be me talking for a full hour, and you guys are sitting there.
Oh wow, our subscribers will cut by half, so we'll have like one.
Oh really? You think you account for half their subscribers?
Oh yeah, I am subscribed, so I count for some part of it.
We are all
We're
subscribed.
both subscribed, so we have 4. We count for half.
4. Oh.
I don't know how many we're at.
So here's my thing about feeling no pain. All right, you can actually use because when you say, "Oh, I feel pain," boom, you just gave up the opportunity for an extraordinary life, right? Like that could have been something you could have at least done something.
Okay, what would you do?
I would first off, you could make money with that, right?
How?
You could be like, "Hey, I'm the man that feels no pain."
Yeah.
You can do like something to my body. I could receive so much money, like someone.
Remember that lizard guy from The Boys that would cut off his arm for people who like have anger issues? Remember that from like the first?
Well,
episode?
but he would regrow his limbs.
Yeah,
He would
I don't
regrow-
agree with around.
How, how far would you go
like
with this?
what are we talking about here? Like what kind of damage you can sustain to you?
Oh, like what about like?
Because
You gotta do something that will damage your body, otherwise no one's gonna.
Because like I think the only thing that you could do would be like blunt trauma.
No, but I feel like blood trauma would be worse because I'd get like internal bleed. I'd go on like shows. I'd be like, hey, like you can shoot tasers into me. Okay, that might stop my heart. You could,
Dude, this Chinese finger trap doesn't hurt.
like
Your muscles would still contract.
stuff like I don't know, like pepper spray. I'll just sit there and they'll just spray
Can't you
pepper
go
spray.
blind from pepper spray? Right?
Yeah, you can go blind.
It's fine. I remember I wanted hearing. I wanted the hearing, not the sight, anyways. But my thing is, you at least have like I think the gain you get from having pain over not pain is not over the
You still haven't provided any positive.
fighting.
Fighting, okay.
Right. Here's the thing. I'm still gonna train. Right. I'm still gonna train.
Yeah.
To fight. So I'm gonna know at a certain level. A dude who feels no pain in a fight is going to have so much of an edge over the guy who feels pain.
Okay, here's my point for no. Let me do my point for no since you're undecided. So, how would you know you got better at fighting if you feel no pain? How do you know
What?
when you could hold on.
No, that's a dumbass
Let me
point.
finish. Let me finish. So, how do you know when you're at your limit, like when you need to tap out before you get punched and killed? Like, you got a certain pain interval for fighting. So you want to know when you like are at your limit, so you know either to like.
No,
maybe
that's
I
a
should've-
dumbass.
So I'll continue with that. Let's use what kind of fighting? Are we doing boxing? Are we doing MMA? What are we doing?
Kickboxing.
Kickboxing. Okay. So how do you know? Like, okay, you're kicking somebody, okay, and they check your kick. How many times are you gonna kick with your leg before it breaks?
I'm not gonna feel mine breaking. I'm just gonna shove my broken bone into their thigh.
But here's what you break your leg and then you have nothing to stand on, and then you lose the fight.
I don't know, dude. How many times can you check someone's kick? Like if they're just constantly kicking and they feel like even when their bone is shattering, they just keep kicking you. I think your leg is gonna give out before mine if you feel pain, right? Let's. If you feel pain and I don't feel pain, I can.
There's a famous fight with Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman. You guys don't know who these people are, but Anderson Silva, wow, he was kicking and one kick just completely shattered his leg, and Chris Weidman, all he was doing was checking. He was just lifting his leg up, checking. And Anderson Silva threw a kick and broke it in half. Compound fracture.
All right, then I'll just side kick. No, you know what?
Yeah.
No, I'll just front kick. I'll just front kick in the nuts.
In kickboxing.
Yeah. My thing is pain doesn't. I don't think pain makes you a better fighter. No. I think pain doesn't make you better.
It provides a lot of willpower for you to keep going.
I think not feeling pain provides the power to, because you know your body's
But then you also know your limits when you have pain. When you have no pain, you have no idea what your limits are.
Exactly, and you keep going.
And then
or you just get a concussion. You don't feel the concussion, but you're concussed. Or you have
you still feel, it's not pain, right? The concussion is pain. You still feel that you're mentally not well.
Yeah.
You're still gonna feel a concussion.
You're gonna be able to tell that your ligaments are torn, or you have a concussion, or a bone's broken. You're gonna feel all this stuff. Or not feel it. You're gonna notice that this thing's wrong with you.
Yeah, but you don't feel the pain. I think that still drives me forward more than because you no longer have that fear. That fear, because no matter how good a fight, you're still gonna have fear, right? You're still gonna have the primal fear. Yeah. You still have a little bit when someone's.
But fight or flight is a very useful thing because it raises your attention and makes you react fast. But if you get rid of fear, you don't have many of the primal instincts we develop to win a fight. Yeah. You just kind of run in there thinking you're invincible, and then you get knocked down and killed because you think you can take it.
That's a kickboxing fight. They're not allowed to just kill you right there.
People have died in kickboxing and boxing.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to just murder you as you're on the ground.
And do you know why they die? Why people die, especially in boxing?
Why?
Because they're too tough for their own good. They keep standing up and keep getting punched in the face, and they keep developing a terrible concussion, and which leads to CTE, which leads to early death.
Well, you already have CTE, so I don't know what we're talking about because
there we go. There's a fallacy attacking your opponent.
I know I have CTE.
Here's my thing, right? I just think that the opportunity for an extraordinary life, no matter
you still haven't given me anything.
Fighting.
He's giving you plenty of examples of why you don't want it in fighting.
Yes.
Maybe if you're really sensitive in a relationship and you don't want your heart broken. Yeah,
I
can see that. I can see that one, David. I'll agree with you on that one. Oh, my little heart.
Yeah, I don't think anything physical would be that good because your body places a natural limiter on itself so that you don't get hurt, so that you don't tear tendons. And when you're lifting a weight, you're only lifting probably 70% of your potential because your body's like, okay, I need to hold off before something snaps.
You're thinking about long term. I'm thinking about short term.
I'm thinking very now and long term. Short term and long term.
Oh, epic, dude. You just take both away from me. So I guess I'm not allowed to talk my point because Luke just says, I'm talking short and long term, therefore your points don't matter.
You just chose the
No, you're talking long term. You're talking bodily injury. You're talking tendons. That's long term. Mine is short term. My short term enjoyment of what?
Tendon snaps are very short term.
Not if I don't feel them.
There's no term. What? You're just long term, no pain.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly.
But you tear those things or you injure your body. Yeah, you don't feel the pain, but then you don't get to use that body part anymore.
What do you mean? I still go to the doctor. I still know something's broken.
Are you sure you don't know that it's broken?
I'm still going to totally mess with you and be like, yeah, your arm's broken, David. You can't use it. And you'd be like, oh, okay. And not think twice because you can't feel it.
Well, if you tell me that, then I'm going to the doctor, idiot.
Yeah, but then
are you an idiot? If someone tells me, hey, I know you can't feel pain, so your arm's broken, I go, okay, cool. I'm going to go get an x-ray. That's stupid. That's a stupid
I'm making you spend money, and I'm making you waste your time, which is my entire goal.
No, okay, so, no.
Yours is a stupid point. That's a stupid point.
Yeah, that wasn't the best.
But I think here's the thing.
I just don't think there's any long-term benefit. Or even short-term benefit.
It's changing up life. I like interesting life. I like interesting
pain is interesting.
Pain is interesting.
I find someone who lacks pain, I find that so much more interesting than a normal person.
Depressed people have that.
Yeah,
I can punch a depressed person and I guarantee they'll feel it.
Yeah, well, you're thinking of only physical pain. You're not thinking of emotional pain.
Yeah, because we're not. Can't say that. Can't say that.
You can't say what? You toxic male.
Oh yeah, it's toxic masculinity. It's because we're not cowards, okay, Ryan? I'm not going. Oh, my heart hurts. My heart never hurts. I have never been hurt ever.
Yeah, you have.
No,
Your class hurt you so bad.
Yes, your class hurt you really bad. Mental breakdown earlier today.
But you wouldn't have that mental breakdown because you wouldn't be able to feel the pain of not knowing what.
No, I would never have that mental breakdown because exactly. I would feel no pain. I would feel no mental pain. See, you just supported my point. I would never
I
have had
support
that.
your point because you wouldn't know what to do, and then you'd fail, and then be like, oh, well, I don't feel any pain from failing.
Exactly.
So you just not succeed.
Yeah, and I'd be fine with it. I'd be so content in my failure. I'd be so content. In
Yeah.
everything.
Well, then where's the power part?
I'm just.
Where's the power
Also,
part?
you're assuming that I'm going to fail classes if I just have no pain. That's stupid. That's a stupid argument.
I think you just compromise more. You're just like, oh, I got a B. Oh well, and you don't really care.
Why are we talking about emotional pain all of a sudden? This is like a super.
Because we spent a lot of time on the physical and proved that that's not very.
That's
beneficial.
not very beneficial at all.
Yeah.
So we got.
It's not. Okay, I can agree that it doesn't like benefit you a ton, but I think it's more interesting not to have pain.
I
than
think you're
just be a
thinking of a
normal
life or
person.
death situation. That yes, I would.
No,
agree that
you're talking about a life or death situation. I'm talking about everyday life. You're talking about life or death where you literally brought up life or death where you said, oh, if I get knocked down and die. You're talking about life and death. I'm talking about everyday life. Not having pain is more interesting than having pain. Yeah, it's something.
Pain is more interesting than no pain. It spices up your day a little bit.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it. Ow! I touched my tea kettle. Ow!
Yeah.
I don't enjoy that.
Yeah,
It's not fun for me.
I mean, it's not fun, but it's interesting.
But you learn from it, right? You learn from pain.
No, I don't. I burn myself with the same tea kettle every single day.
That's not a pain problem. That's a learning problem.
Yeah, but I
got a learning problem. You figured it out.
Dude, blue fire's cold. Go touch it.
we finally realized what's going on with me.
He just doesn't know how to learn.
That's it. That's it. We figured it out.
That's
Everyone
it.
can go home now.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the point of the podcast. We're ignorant, right?
Yeah.
Logically so. So we don't know how to
Logically
learn.
so.
Yeah, we're ignorant. Logically so. It's spice up on the name.
Ryan doesn't understand what words mean.
All
right, you know what?
learning deficiency.
All right, you know what? It's not a learning deficiency.
Learning deficiency.
Again, Ryan doesn't know what words mean. All right, before Ryan embarrasses himself more and I get just upset over this.
You're feeling pain because you're getting upset. I see why he doesn't want to feel pain, so he doesn't get upset over everything.
What do we count? What we count?
I feel like you have to get
Okay, we're
upset.
good.
You better start to feel no pain before I get you. So here's my thing, right? Are we counting that? Are we counting like that all emotion? Because you guys, I feel you guys are assuming like
I feel like
extreme.
pain was like a universal. Like if you feel any pain from anything, it's negated.
I
Well, no, you're defining pain in such a broad way. though.
But that's what I thought it was because there wasn't any like.
Well,
we never specified.
We started physical, and then I think we had to expand a little bit.
Yeah.
I think expanding to the mental made it a little fun.
I think mental, yeah, if you feel pain is different from like upset. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think it's fair to like count like being upset and like angry inside pain.
You were pretty angry today, though.
Yeah,
I'm angry all day. I have issues, dude.
I'm always angry.
That's my secret. That's my secret, Cap.
I'm always angry. No cap.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Quick question: which Avenger would you guys be?
Thor.
Are you kidding? Iron Man.
I want to be
Okay.
fat.
Well, you're already halfway there.
I would want to be Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
actually
sick.
kind of-
That's
Yeah.
sick.
I forgot.
But I feel like my personality is more like Captain America.
But dude, after seeing what Scarlet Witch can do, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but
Being stronger than Sorcerer Supreme sounds kind of dope.
That's just what they said, though.
yeah, she also doesn't know anything yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just.
I don't know. I think I'd choose Iron Man just because like he has so many things built, like so many contingencies.
Yeah, well, he's
plans
also
built.
dead right now. So.
I've already talked about my fascination with transportation, and Doctor Strange can do that. He just goes, wee. He's on the other side of the world.
I don't know. Well, I have the Bifrost in my axe, so that's.
That's
pretty
I don't know.
cool. That's pretty good.
I think that like that's not as fun as like the actual transportation part. Iron Man, can he go like supersonic? He can just look.
Barely.
I don't think he can go
Barely.
supersonic. He can go fast.
Yeah.
He can.
He can definitely.
go
He can
supersonic.
absolutely go
He can go
supersonic.
Wait, he did. He did the first.
He beat
What
us,
am I
yeah.
saying? I'm stupid. He went supersonic in the first episode because you saw the little things that
Episode?
go. The first
Movie?
Movie.
Yeah.
The little rings that go around you when you break the.
Yeah, and he literally just outraced fighter jets. So he can definitely go
Yeah,
supersonic.
never mind.
I don't know. I choose Iron Man because I feel like it's the same thing with Kanye, right? You live like such an interesting life. He lives such like a lavish
you'd
life.
you'd be more like Elon Musk, where you're just busy all day and you're also super rich and you can just
And you're smart, and you want to
you're
go to
smart,
Mars.
yeah.
And you're afraid of little aliens.
Yeah, but also he drinks all day and has drug problems.
Who?
that was
Iron
in the
Man.
second movie. Like,
Well, that's part of it. That's not the entire thing.
No, that's all I want. Actually, I actually don't even want the suits for the money. I just want the alcohol.
You just want the money to buy the alcohol and the drugs.
Well, we can all agree that Captain America is by far the worst choice, right?
And honestly,
I'm pretty sure isn't Captain America like poor?
He's
And doesn't he have like no money?
Really poor, and everybody that he's ever loved is dead.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be Captain America, like personality wise.
You'd just be
I think-
bland and uninteresting?
I think I'm talking.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Captain America is the most boring Avenger.
I agree.
Yeah.
His movie was based around other people being cool.
Yeah. It's
Every
based
single
around
one, yeah.
Nazis.
I think I probably was similar to Iron Man.
We gotta cut that out.
Story.
We can't say the N word.
We're leaving that one in. I don't care what you say. We're leaving that in.
Anyways, I picked 4 because he's a king. He can get anyone. He summons lightning. And he can call his.
No, he's a king now.
No,
Odin's dead.
No, he actually
isn't
gave the
accepted.
king.
Oh wait, Asgard is dead.
Yeah, he also gave the
By the
title
way.
to Valkyrie, so she's queen of Asgard, and he's just kind of like he's chilling with his bros in space. All right,
He plays Fortnite.
when it was
Are you a
cool.
Fortnite player now?
No,
Well, you'd have to be.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
in space with the Guardians now, dude. He's
Playing
chilling,
Fortnite.
drinking beer, on
Playing
the ship.
Fortnite.
Drinking beer on the ship. That's the only reason he left from playing Fortnite was beer, and that's the only reason I'd leave.
That's the only reason he picked up Fortnite was because of beer.
No, it was because of Thanos. Get it
Yeah,
right.
you'd have to be drunk to like playing Fortnite.
Anyways, okay, back to the real questions, David.
I like that question.
All right,
That was
back
a
to
good
the, back to the
question.
real
Good,
questions. Would you rather continue the podcast right now or take a pre-break? Can you guys shut up?
Actually, we're gonna have to bleep a couple things out.
Yeah, yay!
Okay,
What editing for David?
No, we're starting.
We're gonna have to cut out my words.
No,
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
I'm not cutting out.
no, we're not cutting that part. That's funny. That's funny, dude. That's funny as hell, dude.
I don't want to be canceled.
You're not gonna get. You didn't say anything.
I don't want to be canceled.
But it's clearly unintentional. All right.
Doesn't matter.
We're back after a little potty break. And time for a deep question. We've been running for a little while. We all agreed that today's episode has been the most just chaotic episode. They've enjoyed it.
It's been amazing.
Just crapping on me for once.
Yeah, he always likes to grab friends and crap on the other person who disagrees with him.
Well-
this time,
well,
me
because-
and Luke's friendship prevailed. Friendship bond.
Finally, one of you guys didn't have a crappy take, because usually it's you guys that have crap. Anyways, deep question time, all right? You guys ready?
I'm ready for this.
Would you rather know we're alone in the universe or that we're not?
I can start this one. I haven't started one yet, but I would feel like I would want to personally know that we aren't alone. Because right now, most people are ignorant towards the idea of aliens, and they're like, "Oh, we might."
I don't think
there might
anyone. Okay, I think that's a bad way to put it. I don't think anyone's ignorant towards the idea of aliens. I think everyone knows what the idea of aliens is.
Yeah.
No, not the idea of aliens itself, but like if we're alone or not. That sort
I
of.
mean, everyone's not sure. Because ignorance towards the
That's the
idea of
thing.
aliens.
That's the thing. Because we're not or we are. But if there's a definite answer that we are alone, I think it makes space feel a lot more empty than it currently is. Because if we know we're alone, then we're kind of like, oh well, why? Why has no other planet in this vast amount of space ever reached something that we have done before? And it makes you wonder, what's the theory called? Where it's like there's
It's the Fermi paradox.
the Fermi paradox. Where like, oh, are we the ones that aren't past there yet, or why are we the only ones?
So let me put Ryan's words in a
in a coherent
form.
sentence. Conveniently
And
enough.
this is what I was
okay.
thinking the entire time.
So here, let me put it to you. So actual terms. All right. So the Fermi paradox basically asks, why are there no aliens?
Oh,
Right? You know the Fermi paradox.
Yeah,
right?
I know the.
Right.
I was thinking about this the entire
Okay,
time.
so yeah.
This is going to help my argument, I think.
So-
I haven't really looked into the.
Wait. So everyone give their answers real quick.
I said I would rather.
No, you were not alone.
Yeah.
I want to be ignorant. I don't want to know.
You can't. You have to choose one. You have to.
No,
either,
no, but like I don't. I want to know that.
I guess my argument was
You,
I
you would
like-
rather know that we were alone, right?
I want to know that we're alone.
I'd rather know that there's people, that there's things out there.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's the Fermi paradox, right? So, if anyone doesn't know, it's basically why aren't there aliens? And the whole concept is there. One of the theories is that there's a great filter, and that it's basically something that civilizations either we're past the great filter, which is so the great filter is something that is supposed to wipe out all intelligent life, right? That like either gets to it or like makes it so it's hard to get past. So the theory is that either we're before the Great Filter and that every other intelligent life on Earth, like in the universe, has been wiped out by the Great Filter, and we're going to be wiped out soon, or we're past the Great Filter, which means that we're an anomaly and that most civilizations don't make it past. So I think, personally for me, so I'm with Ryan, I think for a different reason.
Yeah.
I want to know that we're not alone just because, like I said, all of my decisions hinge around interesting stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was my basic argument towards the pain, not feeling pain. I feel like I want things to be interesting. I think if we know that we're alone, wow. Well, we're alone. That means that everything ever is on us, right? We have no shot at ever, like, advancing past what we are, except for by us. Yeah. I think that it'd be, like, even though it's scary, I think knowing that there's stuff out there, there's a shot at there, like, being a possible benevolent situation, like civilization. There is also a shot at the one trying to wipe us out, but I think it makes things more interesting. I just like spicing up life.
Okay. I think I chose the wrong one, but I'm still going to play devil's advocate just to kind of play around a little bit because the more you talk about it, the more interesting it seems, and I think that's the answer I'd prefer. I don't know. I guess...
Did you have a reasoning behind that?
I mean, I guess the only reason would be like, okay, what if there was an advanced civilization that would want to come and potentially harm us?
So the predatory...
Yeah, more of the predatory thing. Yeah, what if there is an advanced species out here that want to, I don't know, rule over the galaxy and take over our planet and rule over us?
See, here's the thing. I just think that's more
interesting. I think we would be able to find out if there was a species in our galaxy at the very least. I think
in our galaxy?
No, I think no. The whole theory behind it is that if there is a predatory civilization, then they wipe out civilizations before they can find out, and they also
or even if we found out like a little bit, like what are we going to do about it?
Yeah, we can't do anything. We can barely. We can
barely get to our moon. I think it's good to be ignorant about that.
Well, we're
maybe not ignorant. Well, yeah, not knowing there's anything out there.
Not, you mean knowing there's not anything?
Knowing that there's not anything.
Yeah, because ignorance is different from not knowing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that I think it makes it too the human condition becomes just so just bleak. Where once you know that we're the only things out there, truly there's nothing there's nothing else in the universe. Mm-hmm. I think that just makes our existence so bleak.
Now, is there nothing currently, or could there potentially be stuff before?
Well, by the time we're dead, the lifespan we have as people, we would
if we know that there's nothing out there right now, yeah, that pretty much implies that we are never going to see something out there. Yeah.
No, but can we? Even though there's nothing now, was there potentially anything before?
Well, I don't know if that matters.
Well, I think that would be kind of interesting.
I think it would still strike on the interesting point because it'd be interesting.
I think it'd be interesting to know. But when I talk about interesting, what my definition of interesting is, I'm not talking about interesting as in this is cool to learn. My interesting is it changes up life drastically.
Yeah.
I still think knowing that something existed would change up life.
No, I don't know if it would.
I think knowing something existed.
Okay, let's say we knew there was an alien race, and they slowly died out.
Slowly died out is a bad term.
No.
They even died out randomly. We don't know how.
Sure, died out. I think that would be really interesting because
I agree with you.
Because now we know that life is possible outside of our tiny little planet. If we know there's stuff in the past, and if we're under the assumption that there is nothing
here's the thing.
to attack us, that we can explore more and find these.
No, but the question is okay. Well, related to the question then. In that scenario, let's say you're asking some being question, and the being is answering: is there life or not?
Yeah.
Which scenario are you talking about when you know that there used to be life? If you're saying there used to be life and there is currently none out there. Well, yeah, it's interesting, historically. You can learn about it, but there's no life out there. What does it matter? What does it matter that there was a...
Well, then we can learn about why. Why did they go extinct?
Yeah, and if we find, carbon-based life forms on other planets, we know that we can live on those planets, or there's a potential to live, to move away from Earth if need be.
Well, we already know there is potential.
Yeah, but now we know no. No.
But here's the thing, you still haven't answered what it relates to, which one would you rather choose, knowing there isn't or knowing there is. Knowing something in the past doesn't relate to this question. The question is, would you rather know there's something out there right now, or would you rather know there's nothing out there?
What's the question say right now?
Yes. Well, that's what I asked. So that's the question.
Oh. Well, I would still like to know right now.
Because you're thinking about history in the past.
I just don't. I wouldn't want to know right now, just because of in case of.
Oh, you can't choose. You can't choose. Like, it's not choosing whether you get to know or not. Like, and then the answer is up in the air.
Oh, okay.
It's choosing.
I wouldn't want to know. I would want to know that nothing is out there. I would not want to choose the other answer. Just purely based on the fact that if there's an advanced, let's say theoretically, there's an advanced life form out there that could attack us, that would want to take over Earth for some reason. I wouldn't. I
think that'd be more interesting.
Okay, it's interesting, but okay, it's how interesting would it be if you're dead?
Pretty interesting.
I think it'd be pretty interesting. I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather have 10 years of like intergalactic war and then I'm wiped out rather than
intergalactic war. No, we'd be wiped out. They would shoot a laser beam at the Earth and it would blow up. And it'd be game over.
If they have interstellar,
I'd rather have a year of interesting finding out and then everything happening than 50 years.
What if you don't have it? What if you have a day? Oh look, there's aliens.
Here's the thing: it's gonna happen whether we know it or not.
So I'd rather because the choice is either. The choice is basically, would you rather there be stuff or not?
This is a little vague because, okay, if we know that there's aliens out there, do we know, or like life forms, okay, what are these life forms?
You don't know.
Are these, okay, so you just know there's something out there, but you don't know exactly what it is.
But it's beyond our comprehension. Like, you see most modern movie predictions of aliens are like, the obviously like green, big eyes stuff. But like, what if it's like something we just can't comprehend?
Or if it's just something like on an asteroid and it's frozen and it's just a couple
I'm not counting. We're not counting technicals here. We're counting like we're assuming that the answer is like actually an answer.
Like they have a functioning society. They can.
So it's
a civilization.
It's a civilization. Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to know.
Remember, the question isn't knowing or not. The question isn't whether you'd like to know or not.
Yeah.
The question is, reword the question so you guys don't get so confused. Would you rather there be something out there or not?
No, I still agree.
He's just saying knowing, as in like, yeah, that's the answer I would want to choose.
Yeah, I want to know that there's something out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
think
about how bleak.
You can convince me either way. I'm just trying to
think about how bleak the human condition becomes as soon as the human race learns we are truly alone in the universe. Think about how bleak. I feel.
How bleak is it now?
I think the whole mission to Mars.
Because how many people right now believe there's life forms outside?
I think a good amount.
You think there's a good amount?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of conspiracy theories.
Dude,
there's a whole show dedicated to it.
It doesn't mean there's a lot. That could be like a fraction of a percent.
The universe is so big.
Yeah.
The chances there is some kind of life. It's pretty good, right? Like I think every statistic points towards that it's pretty good. Statistically.
Statistically?
Yeah. Yeah, statistically, that's why the Fermi paradox is because we're confused why statistically there should be hundreds of millions of civilizations, but there's not. That's the whole thing. Statistically, there should be civilizations like ours. I think I'd like to know because, like, I don't know. I think it just becomes bleak as soon as you realize we're the only ones in the universe, and if we don't get this right, and the Earth swallows us whole, that's it. That's intelligent life gone. I mean, not there. The sun swallows us whole. The sun expands.
Yeah, but that's so far in the future. That's millions of years. That's not something we can comprehend. That's not something we can focus on.
I think it's something we can comprehend.
We got to assume that we make it that far first, and something else is.
That is true.
Well, that's so far in the future.
I don't think that's the argument because my whole point is about humanity being wiped out. It doesn't matter what it is that's wiping us out. My whole argument was that humanity getting wiped out. We know that eventually we'll get wiped out and that nothing will be left. It doesn't matter when it happens or if it's the sun or not. I was just using an example of an apocalyptic event.
Okay.
But like the whole point is, as soon as we know that there's nothing out there, we're like, well, help is never coming. We have no shot at like.
But isn't life interesting enough just on Earth?
Wouldn't you rather know that like there's something more? Wouldn't you rather know that there's something more out there? Like. I think because as soon as we learn that there's nothing out there, we're like, oh, well, that means that as soon as our lives end, as soon as humanity's gone, all life ceases in the universe.
Once humanity's gone, nobody's going to care. Nobody on Earth cares if humanity's gone.
I care now. I know I'm not going to when I'm dead.
Yeah.
But I care now if I know that humanity is.
I think that the whole contacting other worldly beings, and the whole mission to go expand into space really kind of hits like a roadblock. I mean, yeah, there's a reason for us to do it, but there's not an urgency. I feel like knowing that there's other things out there that we could potentially be allies with and learn from them,
Or
Actually, I don't know if I agree with that. I think there's more of an urgency if we know we're alone, because then we know we have to expand. We have to become an interplanetary civilization. We have to have the ability to move it. I think,
but we don't know if that's the reason why.
Thank you, Elon Musk.
Yeah,
that other maybe potential life forms went extinct.
We know, right? We know that our galaxy is going to collapse. And our sun is going to supernova.
Well, the solar system is going to get expanded and then consume the planets, and then we're going to collide with another galaxy in a couple million years.
Exactly. So we know. It's not like we don't know. We know full and well. So I don't actually like your point there. I'm against your point because I think that knowing there's nothing out there would actually force humanity to work harder to move out. But I think it would just fill me with more hope if I knew there was stuff out there, because I know that
But can't you not find hope on Earth?
I think that
because right now we have role models, maybe not role models. We have leading experts like Elon Musk that are trying to already do this. Okay, what's the goal? 1,000 years, a million years down the line.
Think about this. Think about how fragile humanity is right now, right?
Okay,
and asteroid comes in. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always fragile. But if we knew there was something out there, we could at least have that hope of this.
That they come and save us.
Yeah.
Not that necessarily. The hope is that
I would
we can like
I
them.
Say that.
That it's not impossible to become like them. There is a way to get between planet to planet.
If we know there's other life, we can know that we're if we can know that. Well, actually, that's bad, because I think the whole thing is if you know there's other life, then you know that the great filter is still ahead of us, and you know that we're all about to wipe it out, or something like that.
Or maybe that civilization passed it.
Then you also under the assumption that
actually, then you don't know that it's great filter.
Yeah.
It's very situational.
It's a very broad and very situational, and you have to kind of set your boundaries and your parameters with the question, because we're just kind of going off in different directions, and this just becomes like a what if scenario of what if this happens, and then what if this happens, or
I just think it's more hopeful, because right now, we know, we all agree, humanity is fragile. An asteroid could come in and wipe out all of humanity right now.
Yep. Or aliens could just come in and wipe us all out.
Enslave us, whatever.
And say, do whatever they want, Right. If they have the ability to travel through space.
I think it's a difference between,
they're going to have the ability to.
I kind of think it's a difference between we're talking the pain thing, right? It's like a thing forward. My definition of it.
I'm on his side on this one.
But you just brought up the pain.
How about you listen? Okay, how about you listen?
Oh, I'm listening.
How about you listen?
I'm listening.
It's the thing about the pain thing, right? Yeah. It's his reasoning was different from mine. My pain thing was, right here and now, it's interesting. It's different. Something's changing. Yeah. That's my thing about knowing there's life outside of the Earth. That we know something's different, right? As soon your argument for having pain is that you can secure you have security. You know that everything's fine from here to the future. My thing is, if we know there's life outside of Earth, we're now there's something different happening. It's outside of our expectations. If you know that there's nothing happening, you're well, great. Now I know there's nothing happening.
Well, no. You're still worried about the end of the universe. It's just not from aliens now, right?
Yeah, but I think your thing comes from more. I'm just trying to sum it up. I think yours comes from your answer for both seems to have come from prioritizing security more.
Sure.
Right. I think that's fair, because you want a secure future so you don't destroy your body, and also you want a secure future so aliens don't wipe us out. Right.
Sure.
That's what I think my answer is more from a interesting standpoint. I'm less worried about the security of race rather than just interesting. I like interesting. I think right now humanity's interesting. I think, but imagine how cool it'd be if regardless if it was a predatory civilization or not. Imagine how cool it'd be.
Dude, I'd love to see the technology they have. I've always been fascinated with space. Ever since I was a kid, I was dude, I want to go and explore.
Imagine that it's a civilization so advanced they can just go boom, and then instantly you're atomized.
Let's switch up the question a little bit. Let's say there were aliens, and we knew they were aliens. Do you think Earth as a planet would come together and unite?
No.
To either find the aliens,
if we knew the threat was imminent,
or knew if the threat was, would we become a one world order?
Here's the thing: if we knew the threat was imminent, yes. If it wasn't, no.
Okay.
Think about this, right? You could say the governments maybe would come together. I think they might. I think they might if you know there's like an imminent threat.
I think they'd come together.
But you say the people of Earth, right?
Yeah.
Think about this. Think about how many things go on in life. Life goes. That's the whole thing, right? Life goes on. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a song.
Life goes on. Oh yeah, that song. But yeah, I was trying to think of that song. But here's the thing. Life goes on, right? Everyone's worried about their here and now. Everyone's worried about getting their next meal for their family. Everyone's worried about going to work the next day. If aliens invade, people are still going to go to work. People are still going to like people are still going to go to the supermarket.
If aliens invade,
people are still.
People are just going to do their regular.
You don't think people are still going to go to the supermarket and buy groceries? Yeah.
No. If aliens invade, there'll be mass panic. There won't be normal life. Won't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look on that one.
Oh,
people are just going to be strolling to the grocery store and like wave to an alien ship and then like go get their bread that they need.
No. Like that, no.
But I'm joking, obviously.
Well, you're joking in a way to make fun of his argument, so he sounds unreasonable. I think yes, there will be some ignorant people that won't care.
I don't know.
I think the
think
majority of people will freak out because here's the thing. Think about when the pandemic hit last year. Everyone freaked out. And
but people still had to work. So people still had to go to the grocery store, right? People still have to live. I'm saying people still have to live.
A lot of people didn't go out.
Okay, what is your day to day? When aliens invade, what is your day to day?
What's my day to day?
Tell me right now. What is your day to day?
Find a bunker. Be prepared for the end of the world.
Right. How are you going to do that? You're going to stock up? You're going to go to the grocery store and buy
I
some
think
stuff?
everyone's going to go to the grocery store. I don't think you're going to go to work anymore.
You're not going to go to work. And when you go to the grocery store, it's going to be a one-time thing to stock up on everything that you need. It's not going to be like a weekly trip like it is now.
Right, but when you run out, what happens?
You know that
now it's just a survival thing. You're not going to go back to the grocery store.
You're assuming that the aliens have wiped out everything. They have lasered everything.
You literally just said invaded Earth. Aliens have invaded Earth.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
What do you think happens in country? Okay, what do you think happened in Poland when Germany took over? You think everyone just hunkered down in the bunkers for those months? No, they
read Anne Frank. That's exactly what they did.
Anne Frank is different.
That's exactly what they did. They locked themselves in.
I think they did.
Not every single person did that.
I think the majority.
The Jewish did, but not every single person.
Where were the Jews located?
Poland. You think those people didn't? It's stupid. Okay. Here, I'm gonna talk to you.
No, this isn't stupid. Like I
think it's a genuine thing. I've read most of it. It's most of the people that knew they were a target hid.
Yeah.
But if you don't. But here's the thing. What did most of the people do? Okay. When Germany invaded the rest of like Europe, right?
Yeah.
What did everyone do? Everyone didn't just sit inside all day sitting there. They still went to the grocery. They still went and got food.
Well, they fled. Well, in that scenario, they fled to countries that they know are safe.
Right, but in those countries, what do? They still had to go get groceries. Everyone still has to live. I think you guys are overestimating what humans prioritize. Humans don't prioritize.
We're talking about an alien invasion. People aren't going to go.
You are over exaggerating it. You are saying that an alien invasion is going to be wiping out 99% of Earth, and then everyone else is stuck there on an Earth without any wildlife. No, I think an alien invasion is the same as a war, like a wartime invasion.
Okay, a war in every single country.
Yeah, a war in every single country, and it's wartime. But here's the thing: in your scenario, if it's really that bad, humanity would have been wiped out. Every single person would be dead.
Okay. So here's what would happen if we had an alien invasion in every single country. People like us, active people, would be enlisted into the military. You're not going to go buy bread anymore. You're not going to do your daily grocery shopping. You're going to do the best that you can to fight the attack.
Yeah, we are.
Really. You think that when Germany I don't know her history that well when Germany invaded Poland, you think they were still letting the Polish army muster their forces against them? No, they probably captured or killed all of the soldiers, right?
Okay.
And then everyone went about their lives.
And they went about their daily lives after they were captured and killed.
I think they had to conform to the German.
You conform to the New World Order and you live.
But what if those aliens don't want us?
Then you're dead.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you don't live your normal
life. No. Your whole argument was that humans will suddenly band together and do all this extra stuff. No, either the scenario is that we're all dead, or we're all prisoners, or we're all just living in that New World Order. If we're living in that New World Order,
or we'd fight against it.
I thought you were.
There's nothing between there.
Yeah, there is. You can fight against it. You don't have to live in the New World Order.
Really? So you're assuming a world where we're able to fight against these extraterrestrials, that we're able to come together.
I think you would make an attempt. You'd make an attempt, then die.
You would make an attempt? If there was a civilization that took over every single country on Earth immediately, really, you make an attempt.
Is that the situation that we're working under?
That's the situation you gave me. You said they're in every country, aren't they?
Yeah. They start to invade every country, but they haven't completely taken over. They're in the process of taking over, and then we're fighting back against them.
Right. So if they haven't invaded every country, then what do people in those countries that haven't been invaded do?
They
Go
haven't.
about their lives.
What?
They fight.
What did
They-
people
they-
in
they
America?
fight
What did
back.
everyone in America do during World War II when America had
They
an
waited
entrance,
to get
right?
attacked. They waited.
They waited to get attacked, and then
They
once
still- they still went to the factory.
and then once they got
What did
attacked,
people do? What did people do? They still went to the factories and did their jobs, right?
but they did different jobs.
Yeah, but they still worked every day to go to the grocery store to provide for the family. No one's worried about. Oh, I'm going to fight for Earth. You think humans are that selfless? No, humans are selfish. Humans are selfish beings, and they worry about the survival
Of humanity.
No, they're not worried about human. They're worried about themselves.
Yes, and the only way to save themselves is to save the neighbor
I'm
next to
pretty
them and the
sure
neighbor
all
next to
No,
them.
really. You think the neighbor next to them is that why the Jews are like persecuted like that? Their whole thing. Remember that one phrase? It's like when they came for the communists and I didn't speak up. They came for the Jews and I didn't speak up. Now they came for me and there's no one left to speak for me.
Mm-hmm.
No one speaks for anyone. Everyone's worried about this. We can admit that, right? Everyone's worried about their own survival more than like their neighbors, right? If aliens came for you right now, they're like, hey, where are your neighbors? Are you going to give them up or are you just going to go with them? You're going to be executed in their camps. 99% of humanity is going to give them up. You really think humanity is that noble where they're going to save their neighbors? They're going to be worried about their neighbors? No, they're worried about them and their family.
Oh, okay, so that was a bad example, but people aren't just okay. So there's got to be somewhere in between of people living their normal lives and somewhere
Their lives
dying.
change, but it's still their lives still revolve around making their living, providing food for the family, and surviving. That's still human.
Yeah, but you're not going to go to the grocery store like you indicated earlier.
That's what people did in war. What do you think they did in wartime? You think they just sat there and starved to death? Like some people did, yeah.
Yeah, some people
like,
did.
Yeah, some people did. But you think the majority just sat there and starved to death?
I think at that point they cooperated with their neighbors to get food and get help and prepare.
Yeah, but here's the thing: either you're assuming the aliens are completely hostile and they wipe out our entire race, right? That's one assumption.
Again, we're getting really aggressive here because we haven't set the parameters.
That's what I'm saying right now. One second. I need this first.
Yeah. Because we keep going back and forth of like what the aliens are actually doing.
Here's the thing, right?
And if
Let me
and we can't just set parameters to, I don't know.
Here, let me set it up.
Favor one side.
Let me set it up.
Yeah.
This is pure setup. I truly believe this is the only scenario, right? Either we're assuming a hostile human race. I mean, a hostile alien race.
Yep.
That wipes out all of us, right?
Yep.
That's their intention. They're wiping out all of humanity. Then we're all dead. It doesn't matter. No one goes about their lives. If they're not wiping all of us out, they're subjugating us. They're enslaving us.
Okay.
They're keeping us alive. We're in their new order. We're assimilated into their civilization now, right?
Okay.
That's what the Germans did, right? If they didn't want you killed, they took over and you work for them, right? You work for them. You do jobs for them. You like serve them, right?
No.
What did they do?
If you were Jewish, you died.
Yeah, didn't I just say that? I just said.
The people who weren't.
No, I just said.
Keep
I just say either they kill you, or you work for them, right? Those are the only two choices.
Or
what?
you fight against that.
And they kill you.
I think we're comparing it to earthly wars where you have someone else to rely on.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to aliens invading, you don't have anyone else to turn to. But
think about how many people really like. Think about the percentage of people when Germany invaded like certain countries. Think about the percentage of people that ran out with guns blazing out those people. Most people laid down in defeat, right? Most people.
Well, but
I don't think we're well-versed
but
in
that's different because they didn't have any.
How about
means,
we compare it to the
they
revolution?
They didn't have any means to attack them. So
you think you're gonna have means to attack an interplanetary predatory civilization?
We're gonna have gun. We can shoot guns at their ship. We'll have something.
Dude, if there's a civilization,
you can't compare the two.
If there's a civilization,
Exactly, that's what you've been doing the entire time.
You've been comparing. Here, if there's a civilization that has made it to between planets and is able to subjugate entire planets, you think they haven't prepared for things that launch pieces of lead?
Depends, honestly. Depends on the materials that are on the planets they invaded. Every planet is different structured. I mean, obviously, we haven't found a planet that isn't.
Yeah, but biology is the same. Chemistry and biology work the same.
That we know of.
Okay, biology, actually, no. Biology, no.
Biology, no.
Chemistry works.
Chemistry, what we know.
Yes,
and that's assuming we.
No, we know that there's certain elements out there. We know how they are.
We don't know.
We don't know all of them.
Yeah.
Right, we don't know.
And there's a lot of physics stuff that we just
physics we
don't understand.
But here's my thing, right? Like in a simulation, you're either assuming they have the power and the willpower and the ability to wipe us all out. In which case, we're all dead. That's not the argument we're talking about here.
Yep.
we're talking about the argument where they're subjugating us, right? They're subjugating people who have survived.
Yep.
Because we're talking about like a post-initial war part.
Okay,
Right?
so
we're
we're talking about subjugating. If we're talking about subjugating, I think you defend your neighbors. I think that you say that you lie. You lie to try to protect.
No.
To save as many people as you can.
What do you do during a normal day, though? You think you're sitting there just talking to the German? I was like, not the Germans. You're saying, no, you're still going about your life, right? You're defending your neighbors, right?
Yes.
But still, the rest of your day, you're still doing your job. You're still shoveling shit. You're still going to the grocery store. You're still buying food for your family.
But you coordinate with people who are of the rebellion.
But now you're just not. You're not doing your.
How many people you think in like Nazi Germany's rule coordinated like percentage wise? Really?
In where?
Let's say when Nazi Germany took over, how many people do you really think were sitting there with guns in their basement waiting?
Not guns, but they would send information
in Nazi Germany.
Sure. None, right? Because no one had guns.
Well, yeah, no one had guns.
Well, they would probably try to get information.
Again, that's
I think you guys are.
They would try.
You guys are putting humanity on a pedestal. You guys are really.
We're not putting. We're saying that humanity's always try to put themselves on a pedestal. They always try to find a way out of everything. They would try to find a way.
Yeah, and their way out. Right.
Okay, it doesn't matter if it works or not. It matters if they do it, right?
But this would be the first time in history where it would be man versus something else instead of man versus man. Yeah. So we would come to the conclusion that, hey, we're all people on the same planet, and we're being invaded.
I'm not saying that countries would fight. Still.
But I'm talking about your neighbors now.
I'm not saying you're against your neighbor. I'm not saying you're turning on your neighbors.
Yeah.
I'm saying that your day-to-day life is still more worried about feeding your family. Are you more worried about fighting off the aliens, or here's the thing: they're subjugating, right?
Okay.
Are you more worried about killing those aliens, or are you more worried about, hey, I'm just going to feed my family and make sure we survive? Because the aliens aren't killing us right now. I think 99% of humanity is going to be more worried.
I don't think we're disagreeing. I think we have overlapping.
No, I think we are disagreeing because you're.
We are in the fact that we hate the aliens, but we can't do anything about it.
Wait, no, that's different from what you were just saying. You were just agreeing.
I'm combining the 2 points. That we're arguing that we would have two separate things, but I feel like in the scenario, with people they would hate the aliens, but they wouldn't want to attack because they know they can't win. They would want to.
So it's basically my point.
So, and it's also Luke's point that yes, they hate the aliens, but they don't know what to do about it.
Luke and my points are completely different. You can't just reconcile them like that. Luke's point was that people would fight and people would just be like fighting consistently, right? Your point was that life would change drastically. Right?
Life would change.
My point is that humans still go about their lives. Humans still provide for their families.
So you think if aliens invaded, your average stockbroker would just like stroll into work every day and continue their job?
No, he'd find a different job, but his whole way. I'm not saying they're doing the same jobs. That's not what I was saying. My point was that people are still trying to find a way to provide for the family, to make money. It's like, no, it doesn't matter if the jobs change. I'm saying the day-to-day is still based on.
You're also assuming that that money is still a thing.
That's not slave labor at this point.
Or rations, whatever. Here's the thing. People are still working to, let's say, make a living. Okay, I won't say money. Make a living so they can feed themselves and their family.
Okay.
People aren't worried about the revolution. Look at GameStop. How many people were really worried about revolution? No, as soon as they
you can't use that.
There's
thousands of people. As soon as it hit a certain point, they were just like, "I'm selling."
Exactly.
I'm selling.
Exactly.
But no.
They just supported my point.
No. But they weren't completely for it. They like at the end of the day, they have something personal.
Exactly.
But no. But listen. They have something personal again. It's not a life or death situation for like humanity. If aliens invaded, it's a very personal thing.
I don't think the aliens aren't. We just set up the scenario where it's not life or death because the aliens are subjugating us. It's not. We're assuming in a scenario where you can't just easily fight them off. And they're not killing us off. We're assuming a scenario where they're just ruling over us. They're the new government.
I feel like eventually we will fight back.
No,
I think when it happens, we will obey and win trust.
No,
you think we will?
Here's exactly this would go down. We would have an initial fight, right, and then we would be subjugated, and then we would have a new ruler, and we would follow those rules for a little bit, and then once we had enough of whatever they were doing, we would try to fight back.
There's so much American in you guys. Listen to this. Okay, when did the Native Americans fight back against like the Americans?
All the time.
Every single time.
Right. Where are they now?
They're dead.
Yeah.
They got eradicated.
Exactly.
But your point was that they don't eradicate us.
Right, because they fought back. They fought back, and now they're dead. Where are the Mayans? Where are the Aztecs when the Spaniards invaded?
I think that they died.
They fought back.
Died from disease.
Still.
That proves our point because we fight back no matter what it is. We fight back to protect our way of life, to protect our freedoms.
No, okay. Why are there still Native Americans around then? Why are there still Latin Americans around? You know why? Because they prioritize their survival.
Well, I think most Native Americans are like blended with current Americans.
No, there's still the settlements, right? There's still the areas where right?
Because the government created those.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They said, "Hey, we can't beat these people. We're just going to take what they give us and survive." People, at the end of the day, there's always going to be people.
But after they've all been eradicated.
Yeah. After all the fighters like you. Like you're saying you'd go fight. After all the fighters like you have been eradicated by the ruling party.
Do you think what happened to China when the Mongols took over? Do you think China just was like, okay, we surrendered to you Mongols? No, they fought back eventually and took over China.
No, they fought back and then they were eradicated and then the Mongols took over. The Mongols took over because the initial people like you would fight them.
Do you think China eventually just never took over their land? We took over their land?
The Mongols just...
Well, you don't think
after Genghis Khan died, they left. They left. Dispersed.
Well, you don't think that'll happen to the aliens? Like, we don't know. There's so many arguments.
No. Okay, hear me out. Okay, let me speak my piece here. All right? The whole point is...
You've done a lot of speaking.
The point is, people like you, right? You say people who fight, right? Let's assume you're one of the people who fight. It's the same as having every scenario. Obviously, there's always people who fight. I'm not disagreeing with that. There's always people who fight back and resist.
Yeah.
You will be eradicated.
Okay.
Right. Let's assume you're weaker than them because if they invaded other countries,
let's assume 50% of the population of Earth just gets eradicated.
Well, you're assuming they're all fighting. You're assuming. Let's assume that.
Let's say all the fighters. So let's say 50%.
50% is a lot for people who fight.
I think it's about reason.
If
someone came in today and tried to subjugate you to their way of living, you wouldn't fight back.
You think 50% would after 50% of them wiped out? You think 25? You think the other 25%?
You strike me as a person who would, no matter the statistics.
Would you fight back? Would you fight back?
You strike me as a person who would fight back.
Yeah, but I thought here's the thing. Only a small percentage fight back. Let's say 5% fights back. That 5% wiped out instantly. Let's say 10%. 10% of the population. Okay, set it up. 10%, so 30 million people in the U.S.
You're kind of forgetting about propaganda.
No. Set it up. 30 million people in the U.S. fight back. Wiped out immediately. Right? Let's assume wiped out immediately because they're aliens. You think the other 40%? The other 40% of that 50% of fighters are still fighting after they just saw 10% just wiped out immediately.
I think it depends on the leader.
Yeah, they're more because you don't know that. You don't know those people are dead.
Okay, 30% were wiped out. 40% of the U.S. population is now dead in the ground because they fought back.
If the leader concedes, I feel like the rest of the population would concede with them.
Okay. Are any of the aliens dying? Or is the human race are they making any progress towards like
not actual? Progress,
have they killed like 2 aliens? Or?
Not actual progress. No, maybe 1 alien in all of 30 million people.
That's tough.
Then yes, they would probably surrender.
That's tough,
right? No. Here's the thing: we're assuming the scenario.
But in the other way around, what happens if
it's just really hard?
No. Because you're setting up a different scenario entirely. You're setting up a scenario where we win. You're setting up a war.
We gotta do contrary scenarios.
No. Our scenario is different. You're setting up a scenario of a war. My scenario is it's a civilization that clearly has taken over planets already. They've taken us over. We don't have a chance in hell at fighting them.
Okay, then you're right in that scenario. But in our scenario, where we stand a chance,
your scenario
we would fight. If we stand a chance in our scenario,
then you're assuming an equal powers.
I'm not even assuming equal powers. I'm assuming like they kill 30% of our people and we kill 10% of theirs. It can be completely unequal, but we're making some sort of progress where we have.
I think we are able to find enough hope.
Right, and you think that 100% of humanity fights back?
Not 100%, but reasonable enough to make a difference.
No.
That's that's what drafts are for. Sometimes you don't even get the choice.
Yeah.
You just get drafted into the fight.
U.S. involvement in World War II was around, say...
16 million.
16 million. 16 million. Right?
Military
what was the
personnel.
Population at the time?
That's 130 million.
So roughly.
That's about 10%.
Yeah.
10%.
Population. And what about the wartime propaganda? Like, how many people were supporting the war? How many people were supporting the war at the time?
That's different.
Well, that's not different.
It is different. Yeah, if we had an alien invasion, there would be more people that would support it. But there would also be a bigger draft as well.
We didn't have draft in World War II.
Yes, we had drafts in World War II.
I thought the biggest one was obviously the Vietnam War.
Our biggest draft was World War II.
Yeah. But I think that was willingly. Like, people went willingly that they got drafted. I think...
Oh, yeah, a lot of people went
Here's
willingly.
the thing, right?
Because they
We're assuming...
Okay,
we set it up as a predatory civilization, correct?
Yes.
We set it up as a predatory that wipes out civilizations.
Yeah.
If they're coming in, we're assuming... We're not talking about a war. Because you're talking about, do we have a chance at a war or people fighting back? I'm talking about a situation where they've wiped out our armies because we fought back.
Okay. I mean, we at that point we just agree to disagree.
Okay.
No, you're talking about middle of the pack. So, let's talk about the end of the war.
We should have defined this very clear from the very beginning because now we're very... I get what you're going for now, and I was always under the assumption that there would be some sort of battle. Or
here's the thing. The battle, I don't think the battle matters here. We're talking about the end result, right? End result, either we win, in which case this argument doesn't matter because we've pushed them out and killed them, or we lose, in which case they take over, right? In the losing scenario, there's two branches. Either they wipe us all out or they take over.
Yeah.
Wiping us all out doesn't matter because that means human life ceases to exist.
Yeah.
I'm solely talking about the scenario where they subjugate us, right?
Okay.
I'm saying that humanity is selfish, right? Humanity is inherently selfish.
Okay. Now that I know these, I agree with you. I was always just under the assumption that like we were talking.
No, it's not a fair fight.
In the middle pool.
Not a fair fight.
Not a fair fight. Okay, yeah.
I'm saying that humanity's natural instinct is to survive.
Survive, yeah.
Right. Like, here's the thing: if aliens tell you you can go to here and dig for 12 hours a day and you can eat and your family can eat and survive, you do that. That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
But okay, so I'm agreeing with you now under that scenario, but under the scenario where the world would fight back, would you agree with our points?
So I'll agree with your points that people would fight back.
Yeah, the majority of people will.
Not the majority. No.
The majority of people,
not even close to the majority of people fight back.
They would just hide and try to continue.
The vast majority of people, yes, I think, continue to sit there and do their work and like make stuff in factories and go and buy bread for the family.
Okay, so build stuff in factories.
But build some of the factories for the war, right? That's still helping the war cause.
What's their whole thing? You think they're doing
there still needs to be people to
make stuff. But you think they're doing it for that noble purpose of doing? No, they're doing it to provide. Yes, maybe they support the war. Maybe they support the war, right? Let's say they do.
Yeah.
But their whole purpose in doing that is still to provide for their family. They wouldn't do that for free.
I mean, they're not making the conscious choice where it's like either do this.
You think in World War II, if every single person in the factories was like, "Hey, we're not going to pay you," and
dude, women went to factories to work to make sure the men.
Right. Did they get paid?
Yes, they got paid.
Exactly, they got paid.
No.
But here's the thing: you're still assuming that
a lot of them volunteered with no pay. And now, if we have a global threat, you don't think more people are going to volunteer their time to fight?
I think people are going to volunteer their time, but do you think that really they're going to dedicate? I still think their main focus is still going to be on like the survival and their way of life and their eating.
Yes,
but they wouldn't fight for that, right? You're assuming.
Are you kidding? They wouldn't. Wait, what?
Right. Our whole argument is that they would fight for their way of life,
which is living. Which is fighting and beating.
Which scenario are you talking about? Let's split it up. Are we talking about war scenario?
Okay. Let's finish with yours. Yours is the end destination or the end goal.
Subjugation.
I think that they'd permanently resent the aliens.
I think now we don't have a choice now at that point.
Exactly. I think in a scenario like that.
So we're gonna close that one.
Wait. Let's say it's not even like fully like. Let's say it's not even fully overwhelming power. Let's compare. I hate using this as an example. Let's say it's like Nazi Germany, right? Nazi Germany's in a country, and like let's say
we've been using that the entire time.
But I mean, it's the most
recent example we've got.
Let's say they're ruling over a country, right? They've taken over. They're in all of government. They've killed everyone else in government. They are the police. They are the military.
Yep.
The people there, even though yes, it's possible. These people are humans. You can fight back and kill them.
Mm-hmm.
The people there though. They're not going to risk their life. They're not going to risk their family. They're just going to go to work. Really.
I'm thinking of like when Soviet Russia took over East Germany.
No, but like
many people.
You think about outliers. You're thinking about the initial onset of the war. I'm talking about after they've initiated.
Yeah,
they're already.
This was our argument the entire time. We were kind of confused between the initial.
You guys were talking about in the war. I'm talking about after they won.
After the fact, after we're assuming they won. And we're assuming that we've already been subjugated.
I feel yes, the majority would try to live their life, but there would be a very significant amount of people.
No, not significant at all.
No, because all the people who have already fought back are dead.
Yeah, not significant at all. Yeah. Less than 1%.
There will always be people who fight back.
Yes, and there will always be people who fight back, and they will always die.
Yeah.
It's not significant. It's not even 10%. It's not even 5%. Maybe 1% of people will fight back. The rest of the people, they're more worried about, hey,
Yeah.
Every single military officer, every single policeman is German, and they are part of the Nazi Party. I'm not fighting back. I'm not getting killed. I have a child to feed. I'm going to the factories to work and feeding my child and trying to get a little bit of bread.
Yeah.
That's what most of humanity is.
Yeah.
You are putting humanity on a pedestal and believing that humanity will fight back, like as a whole.
I think we agree on that, right? Right?
And me and you.
Me and you. I completely agree with you now. I think we were just confused on the timing.
So are we talking about the other scenario now?
Well, I'm waiting for Ryan.
To do what?
Do you agree, disagree? Well, what are your final thoughts on Dave's scenario?
Final thoughts is that I do agree that majority of people will conform to alien world order.
Yeah.
But there will be always people who fight back.
And okay,
Depends on if they make a significant difference.
We can end it there.
Every single group, there's always people who fight back. But I think you're overestimating the heroism of humanity.
Now let's go back to the initial invasion.
Initial invasion. Are we assuming overwhelming power, or are we assuming very? Because here's the thing: if we don't assume overwhelming power, it's like it's another country fighting. It's like another country.
It feels like an advanced war where
we're
losing a lot of people, but
if we're
also making the tiniest bit of progress.
I do feel that if we any type of progress,
I feel like if there's any progress, we would continue.
People would want to volunteer.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I'm
not saying people. Oh, it's not out of sheer heroism.
I think it's
heroism. Really, you think that people are just doing it?
They're like, I love my country. I want to be
heroism. That's not. That's literally just not the definition of heroism. Point is, I'm not saying people wouldn't volunteer. I'm not saying people who wouldn't give up their time and their efforts to support the war cause. Mm-hmm. I'm saying though that those people are still worried about, like, even if you go to work every day. You volunteer. Let's say you're not even getting paid. You volunteer to go make shit like at a factory for a munitions factory, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, after that though, you still gotta go do your other thing. You still gotta make the money to feed your family. You still gotta feed yourself.
Yeah.
Those people aren't starving themselves into death just to like volunteer at a factory and then dying and then like, oh, I did a good thing.
I mean, what do you think the gulags were, right?
That's not even close.
That's kind of close.
No.
People were forced into slave labor. They got barely any food.
Are we talking? We're not talking slave labor.
We're not talking slave labor.
But you're assuming that the aliens would actually compensate us, though.
No, now you're back to the other scenario. We're literally talking about a wartime scenario.
We're talking.
You know what? Fine. I'll put it in terms you understand. Okay. World War II. We're in the U.S. It has not been invaded. They have not stepped foot onto American soil. We're working in a factory. That's the scenario. It's not. They're already in.
But I mean, the U.S. sent Europe supplies. They send them supplies constantly.
That's not aliens already being there and subjugating us. You're talking about the other scenario completely. All right. Anyways, so your whole thing was like, not overwhelming force. I think that though people would volunteer, I think that the first and foremost on every human's mind is survival, right?
Yeah, and I think the initial thought process of every human, especially when there's an alien invasion going on, would be, hey, to survive, I think we need to fight back in some way.
Right.
We also need to survive and like get what we need to survive, but we also need to fight back.
Right. I don't think we disagree on that.
Okay.
I think our big disagreement came from
I think it was misinterpretation of the time period of said invasion.
So
I think we agree on both points. I think we were just really confused on the time period.
Okay. So my issue with what Ryan was saying though is I don't like putting humanity on a pedestal. I believe the worst in people. I
don't think it's a pedestal. I think it's just sheer ignorance. I think they believe that they can do more than they actually can, so they try.
And I think this is where you and I differ. You see the worst, I see the best. So I'm always hoping for the best in people. I assume everybody's a great person until they prove me wrong.
I'm not saying there's not good in people. Right?
Yeah.
I'm obviously not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I believe that humanity is more selfish than like a lot of people believe. I think that when it really comes down to it, people are going to value their lives and their families' lives over some noble cause, right? Like
but what if I still think a lot of those people? What are we talking about? Are we talking about initial invasion again? Are we talking about because that initial thing? I think people will think.
I'm not talking about initial. I'm talking about like
post,
like either like post mid-war to like after it's like done.
Yeah, mid-war. I still think a lot of people would fight, and after you've seen everybody, I mean, being completely slaughtered.
I feel like a lot of people's hopes would be crushed until a new generation.
Exactly. I think you would just be under
for example, right? I'm bringing an example. This is actually a different example for once. In China, when the communists took over, right? Cultural revolution. What did people do? Yeah, people fought back. Yeah, people tried to resist.
Mm-hmm.
Can't. They couldn't. At the end of the day, they couldn't. So what they do? They just kept their heads down. The rich, so my mom's side of the family, they were wealthy, right? They buried all of their valuables because so their whole thing was cultural. The communist takeover in China was they would basically lynch all the rich. Mm-hmm. They would just kill off all the rich because they believed that was the source of the problems. So my side of the family, they buried all their valuables. They can't find them now. They buried all of them. They kept their heads down and just survived. They dyed all their nice dresses black. They survived. At the end of the day, people, yes, you can believe in things. Yes, you can have values, but you're more worried about your lives. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to worry about survival and your family's survival. Honestly, I think that's the most honorable thing. Yeah. But I think that it is kind of, it's too, what's it called? It's too idyllic or something. It's too ideological to believe that humanity is going to throw down everything to preserve their perfect idea, their standard of life.
Again, I think that's the argument between the initial and the final. I think they would initially fight for that and fight for the success of humanity, but after you start to lose, I think that just begins to diminish. And
at the end of the day,
you start
we
to
don't
focus on pure
know.
survival.
We simply don't know.
Yeah. I think we
don't
do.
know how people were.
I think we do. We've got enough wars to see how humans react.
But extraterrestrial war, I feel I feel like in an extraterrestrial war, many people will just throw down and give up. The threat of space is so vast, and then the things that they see that the aliens can do, they probably just throw down and give up.
It'd be a little scary.
Wait, so you're agreeing with me?
I'm agreeing with you, yeah, and I feel like if we don't know.
Wait. So we all agree. Why were you arguing with me in the first? You were the only one holding out.
This simply is by conversation to see where ideas would go. But I feel like if aliens did invade, many people would just give up.
I'm upset.
You got really heated there for a while.
Yeah. It's called logically ignorant for a reason.
Logically ignorant?
I said that, yeah.
No, it's illogically.
I said illogically. Luke's just being stupid.
Okay, here's I think.
Okay, final thoughts. I think this has gone on a very, very long. I think we should wrap this up.
I think it's fine.
I think we just got really confused.
I like talking about it.
I like seeing Dave heated.
Dude, Dave was so heated, he talked so loud that Mike probably couldn't hear us.
That's normal.
That was the point.
Yeah, that's normal.
Remember, guys, loud doesn't mean right. Loud just means that they know how to talk.
No,
it doesn't mean they know how to talk.
That's literally not right either. So
Exactly. Anyways, so final thoughts on... would we like to know if there's alien life out there, guys? Since we completely forgot what the original question was.
I'm exhausted.
Yes, that's
we
why...
just talked in circles.
That's why it's
that's
why it's the deep question. That's why it's the last one, because we're all exhausted.
Yeah, so you can skip it if you want.
Yeah.
So,
we'll put
timestamps
in the video.
I don't think any of us are going to change our ideas on this one, because our entire debate was about something completely different.
Yeah, so anyways, I'd love to know if there's life.
I think we all just ended up agreeing at the end. I think we would have all agreed at the very beginning as well. The parameters just weren't
illy defined. The parameters are illy defined, and we...
Illy, that's not a word.
Yeah,
no.
Illy defined.
Ill-defined.
Ill-defined, whatever. People know what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, they do.
No.
You knew what I was saying. You corrected me.
Yeah, because I've known you for...
Anyways, see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
And don't forget to enjoy our videos.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
No, I'm not plugging ourselves in such a ridiculous
Hit the like button. Thank you.
No, don't. No,
Mr. Beast out.